Hello and welcome to Poll Position. I am your host, Jacob Holmes. We are back not to talk this time about the 2025 Oscar season, where the Odyssey holds a commanding lead over everything else that we haven't seen. Um, Instead, we have brought together a super crew for something very fun that we've been talking about for months now, which is the Decade Oscars, which we originally conceived of as maybe putting our heads together and coming up with one list of the 10 best pictures from the past 10 years. Uh, and that got too complicated. So instead, we are here today to do a draft. The first ever draft, I think, in Screen Age Wasteland podcast history. Congratulations on being here for that. We are joined today by Raf Stitt, Tyler Harner, and Val Morrealle. Familiar faces to the pod. Um, so the way this is going to work is we have the films from 2016 to 2025, all eligible, including Morbius, Madam Web, anything that you can think of. If it came out in the last 10 years, up until 2026, we're not doing this current year, it is eligible. Um, and there's one other wrinkle to the game, and that's the only wrinkle to the game, which is we can only pick one movie each from one year. So each of us gets to pick a movie from 2016, but we can only have one movie from 2016 on each of our lists. So at the end of this game, we will have a list of 10 with one movie from every year. Does that make sense? Everybody good?
Yep.
Good. I'm so nervous.
It's like to give it a sports analogy, in case there's anyone out there who plays fantasy football or something, each year would be like a position. So we're each filling out our rosters per position. But instead of like wide receiver, quarterback, 2016, 2017.
So you could say that this is a pole position.
Whoa.
It all comes full circle. Um, yes, and speaking of the pole position, I've already got the draft selection order ready. I put it in a generator this morning, and we released those results to these guys this morning. So, first up will be Tyler Harner, and then it will be myself, and then it will be Val, and then we will have Raf, and then of course it will be a snake draft, which means Raf will get two picks in a row, and then it will bounce back to Val, and then to me, and then finally Tyler if there's anything left. Um, so that is how we're going to play the game. It's going to be very interesting. Obviously, because we are doing the year limit, that means these will not be the trade up 40 best movies of the last 10 years. Because some years are way more stacked than others, and especially with COVID years, strike years, it will be very interesting to see how everyone plays this. I'm excited, and Tyler has had the opportunity to sweat all day about what his first
Seriously.
pick in this draft is going to be. To get to what movie are you going to take off the board, Tyler, before any of us can get our
All
hands
right.
on it?
All right. I've been thinking about this a lot. You assume because you sent this pretty early in the morning, and honestly, it kind of my heart fell a little bit. I was like, oh, this is gonna be way harder now. So I was racking my brain a lot, especially in these last couple of minutes. I was like, what year do I want something that I only have a few, or like one thing that I like really want, some others that I'm not quite as huge on. Um, there's a few years, there's a lot of years I have that, but some of those years I'm like, I don't think that this one's gonna get taken. However, I still want good representation throughout my whole list. So, well, it will be if it's my picks anyway, just because it's movies I like. But I want it to be just like an overall good representation as well. So I'm going to go for my first year. I'm going to select a 2019 movie.
Oh.
I'm taking Parasite off the board right off the bat.
Wow.
I was 2019 was a good year. Not saying that Parasite is like the standout pick, but it's just a damn good movie, and it kind of just outweighed some of my other picks, and this was the tough year for me. So I'm going with Parasite, taking it out, first pick.
It was number 2 on my big board.
That was my top pick for 2019,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even close. So now I'm like,
I don't.
oh my god.
I don't mean to. Yeah, sorry. I knew that this one
No,
might start
it's
some controversy
honestly,
right off
if
the
I were
bat,
in your
so.
position, I probably would have done the same thing. So
Well, to bring it back to
valid.
sports, that's like picking Shohei Ohtani, number one. Like that's a pick where you know you're going to get a lot of points. I don't think there's anyone who dislikes Parasite. It's a great first pick.
Well, now I get to
that-
just kind of sit and relax for a little bit. So.
Does that mean that we're going now in order, like we all are going through our 2019 picks? Because that's
No,
where.
no, you
Oh,
can pick.
we
You can
could
pick
go
any year.
Okay. Okay.
You can do anything you want. But
All
yeah,
right.
that was funny. That was a lot of build up from Tyler.
I know.
After
I
all
want.
that,
I
after
want the
all that,
suspense.
he came to picking probably the most obvious number one.
Potentially.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Did you
a
see
handful
it
of
coming?
options, but it was funny. But it was like Parasite was like clearly it's one Best Picture. It's one that has not lost any love over the last 6 years. Everyone continues to praise Parasite. It's just one of those that stuck around. It's a very obvious, clear pick. I expected that to go off the board pretty soon, but I'm pretty happy with that because that's not what I wanted to take off first off the board. And it is
Okay.
tempting with these years, these really shallow years, to go ahead and get my best pick out of there and get out of Dodge. But I'm not going to do that on pick number 2 of this draft. I'm going to get what I think is the best movie available after thinking about it for a long time. Sorry about these guys over here. We're gonna pause the recording for 1 second. Guys. Okay. I will cut that out. All right, so with my first pick in the draft, I'm gonna go to 2016. I'm gonna take off Denis Villeneuve's Arrival.
Oh. All right.
One of my favorite movies of this decade. I think Denis Villeneuve's best of the decade. I know there's room for conversation on that, but I mean, Arrival is just like an instant classic for me. I remember watching that for the first time and being kind of blown away by the way it all comes together. So, um, I'm pretty happy with that pick.
Great pick. Also, two
Yeah, that
strong
was-
years, in my personal opinion. Like
Yep.
great movies, but I also think that those are deep years.
They are. It's true.
Does that mean I'm next? See, I didn't know we weren't going in order, and now I'm so stressed out. Okay. I feel like Raf is going to hate me, but I am gonna go 2017, and I have to go for Get Out.
Number one on my big board.
Number one.
I'm so sorry, but I was like, of the movies that I have on my list that I want to get, that's probably the one I want to grab before anyone else does. So I'm so sorry.
It's a great pick.
It's kind of a perfect film. So yeah.
Yeah, Get Out's very awesome. I really did think Raph was going to come away with that one, but Val jumping in
so
there. Raph
sorry.
got the short end of the stick on getting 4th pick. Man, I know how much Raph loves that film, but it's a great film. I mean, everyone here I think loves it. We've got these first few picks off the board. We haven't gone to really shallow years. We're getting big hitters so far. I think everyone here likes these 3 movies quite a bit.
Well, I mean, the point of the draft is to put together the best team, right? So it makes sense that you guys all picked the best movies available in the first round instead of waiting to scoop those up later and taking off shallow years. Like, again, to bring it back to sports, when you're doing a fantasy football draft, kicker is the shallow position, but kickers don't get you a lot of points. So you pick kickers late, even if there aren't a lot of kickers to pick. So like, why pick a movie from 2018 that's going to be not that good when you can pick Parasite that's it's going to be amazing, even though there are like 8 other amazing movies from 2019. Okay, you guys have put me in a difficult position. Get Out and Parasite were my top 2 movies. But I think what I'm gonna do for my first choice is take another movie that I think is pretty undeniable in its greatness. And I'm gonna go with Moonlight for my first movie. Won Best Picture. 2016 is a strong year. I think that is probably still the strongest movie from that year. Although I do love Arrival and some other things from that year, but I'm gonna go with Moonlight with my first pick, and then it snakes back to me, and this is where it becomes really difficult because I don't pick again for a while. So do I go with something that I think might be taken off the board, or do I just go with something that I like? Oh my God, this is so difficult. I don't know what to do. I'm truly lost.
Follow your heart.
While Raf makes some decisions there, and comments on Moonlight as a film, I'm not surprised that was my second on my list in 2016. So I figured, and obviously the actual Best Picture winner of that year. So, so far, Raf and Tyler have picked actual Best Picture winners, and Val and I have not.
Yeah. So, fun fact, I've never seen Moonlight. I've been meaning to watch it. It just hasn't happened yet. It came out shortly after I got married, so I just kind of never caught it in theaters and just kept meaning to watch it. And I've heard it's great.
It's amazing. Funny story about Moonlight. After it won Best Picture, I went to see it with about 5 or 6 of my buddies who I went to college with. And I played rugby in college, so like just think about the kind of men who are going to see this movie together, and we all walked out of the theater bawling our eyes out. It was amazing. It was like one of the best theater experiences. You've got all these like big burly dudes that were walking out of the theater like tears streaming down our face. Like that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, like hugging each other.
That's
it was
beautiful.
It was great. Fantastic.
Okay. I think I have my second choice. Part of the calculus that I'm doing here is I think Jacob, is the plan to put these lists to a vote with the screenagers?
Screenagers, we see if we can't get any, because if we can maybe get it out to some bigger pool just to kind of make it not so screenager heavy, because that would really change what a Best Picture is. But we'll see. Yeah, but definitely screenagers. That's definitely going to go happen. And by screenagers, I mean our writing pool.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like readers.
No, we can do it to readers. That's great. No, we'll put it out there as a post for readers, and hopefully that will bring in a little more, like a rounded taste. When I was saying it might skew if we only did it to the writers, because that would be a different taste.
So all this to say is I'm not going to lean all the way into my own taste, but I'm going to pick something that I think is great, but I also think is something that I know a lot of other people think is a great movie. And I'm going to take Sinners.
Fair.
Not on my draft board, but good pick.
Really?
Whoa.
I like it a lot. It's a great movie. I love it. 2025 was a great year, I got to say. A lot of good movies. So,
indeed,
I definitely knew Sinners was going to be high on Raf and Val's draft boards. That's not surprising to me at all. I really like Sinners a lot. I had some issues with some of the structure of it, but regardless, it's still one of the best of 2025. 2025, not it's pretty deep. There's several options. And that brings us back to Val, who's still panicking about what to do next.
I'm going to be panicking this whole time. So I am before we started recording, I told you that when I got to 2024, for me, it was a single film. And so I am going to take that single film off the board and go with Corley Farcias, The Substance.
Ooh, good pick. Nice.
It's a good pick. Definitely high on my board for 2024. Um, I knew Raf doesn't like The Substance too much, as much as others.
It's not on my board. I think it's a
Yeah.
good movie. It's not on my personal board.
Didn't surprise me too much. I didn't know what was who all was going to be fighting. Tyler, you said you didn't have much for 2024 either. Was that your board?
I have a lot of movies I like, but there is one movie that is my like. I really hope I get this one for 2024, and it was not The Substance.
Okay, interesting.
So,
interesting. This puts me in an interesting position as well. Let me well, before I forget, I need to put these down in my spreadsheet. This puts me in an interesting position because I know Tyler's got 2 picks and it's back to me. So it's really me versus Tyler right here is the mind game of what are the 2 things that Tyler would pick before that I could get a chance to take them. And I'm feeling like the move to make is to also go ahead and dip into 2025 and get Marty Supreme.
Nice.
Solid.
that was very likely going to be one of my next 2 picks.
Ooh.
I
That's a shame.
I knew that Tyler liked Marty Supreme, and I knew that there's other safety options that some other folks might like. Um, so I was a little worried because 2025 has a few options, but Marty Supreme is my favorite movie from 2025, and so I am very happy to have it in my pocket.
All right.
Was anyone else
Good
thinking
pick.
about Marty Supreme over there?
Well, Jacob, I'm with you. That was my favorite movie of 2025 as well. So I definitely was looking to grab that. But we push on. We have a couple other 2025 options. I have 2 picks now. This is hard. I'm going to start with something in 2016. Jacob, is that you growling at me? No, I'm just kidding.
It's this one this time, growling.
He's like, don't take my 2016 pick.
Dare take that one.
Strong opinion.
All
I already
right.
have my 2016. That's good.
I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you have yours. I'm taking the potential almost Best Picture winner. I'm taking La La Land off the board. I'm a huge fan of it. One of my favorite musicals of the last decade, and every time I watch it, I find something new I love about it. So I'm gonna grab La La Land for 2016.
Good pick.
La La
All right,
Land
this
is,
is-
as I said before in the pre-chatter, that there might be a film I haven't seen, and La La Land is. I've seen half of it. Visually, I like it.
That second half.
I couldn't quite get into the first half of it that much, but if it had fallen to me and I hadn't gotten Arrival, La La Land might have come off the board just for the heck of it. So good, yeah.
All right. So yeah, this is hard because I'm not gonna get the pick for a bit. All right. I am going to jump up a few years and go to a year we have not touched yet. I'm going to grab a 2022 film that means a lot to me. I'm grabbing After Sun.
Nice.
It's one I wasn't sure if it was going to be a big pick for that year. But it was definitely my top, I think, right now for that one. So I'm grabbing it.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, man.
Great film.
You could have saved it. You could have
Be
saved
in
that
our
pick.
A24. That's a shame. I didn't know that. I should have done my further research. I
had
think
my eye on it.
Jacob, aren't you a fan? Yeah.
Yeah, I had my eye on it. For sure. It wasn't necessarily my first option for 2022, but it was one of my top 2 or 3. I like 2022 a lot, as we established in our Slack the other day. And And now it's back to me. And Val and Raf each get 2 picks before it gets back to me, which is what can I do? It's interesting too to think about what do other people already have their years blocked off in uh, that they can't steal from me anymore. Um, very interesting. Let's see.
The mind game of what are other people thinking about
I
taking is
know.
also a fun one. It's a fun wrinkle.
It really that's really the best part of it. You know, here's the deal. Here's the deal that I'm running into right now, guys. 2021 is incredibly weak to me. Like incredibly weak. To the point where it's like I would love to go in and scoop up whatever I think consider best, but then at the same time I'm like I'm not even sure if it's that worth it. Because none of those picks I think bolster my team that well. So I'm
Save
probably
it.
about I'm probably about to piss some people off in this draft
Oh no.
because I think I'm going to go to. Well, I'm not going to piss you off, Al, because you only had one for 2024, and you've already claimed it, so you're good. So it's actually
Okay.
just, I guess it's just Raph that might be pissed off because I'm about to take challengers.
No. That was the 2024 movie I should have taken.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick.
Valid.
And I have seen
that was
and I
a
have seen it.
backup for sure.
You better have seen it if you take it.
So which round are we in right now? This is your 4th round pick or your
This is
3rd round pick?
Third round. This is
Okay.
third round.
That's a good number 3. But also, is that reaching? I love challengers, but I don't know if it's a top 3 pick for me.
It's my number 1 at 2024. That would have been my next pick.
I think
That's like a back half of the draft in my mind.
Oh.
As much as I love that movie.
I don't know. It's all about taste and who's picking. Because I knew you challengers might creep up. Maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't have picked it in your 3rd or 4th round, but I didn't want to take that chance, so I decided to go ahead and get it. A lot of love for challengers. A lot of people, I know at Screen Age Wasteland, and just in general, film Twitter, believe that to be the best movie of 2024. I mean, I'm pretty solid on it. So I'm good with it.
It was my number 1 of that year, but
there's
there are other years where I think that there are way more stronger movies. But it's a great pick.
We're at
Okay.
Val's turn now.
I know. I'm kind of between picking the gear that's stressing me out the most and just getting that done so I can stop stressing out about it, or getting a pick that I think that other people will take if I do not, which is probably what I should go with, and just keep stressing out about the other year. So I'm going to go ahead and take my 2022 pick off the board and take Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You okay, Jacob?
I avoided it because there's enough in 2022. But maybe we'll see what Raph decides to do. It's a great movie. I'm glad someone
I'm
else
seeing by
picked it.
people's reactions that maybe no one else would have taken that. So maybe that wasn't a good play. But
It was like lower on my 2022 board, but if it was one of my last choices, I would have taken it.
We'll see how it plays for you, Val, because there's a lot of people, some people, Everything Everywhere is not for everybody, but it was the darling, and then some people soured on it, I think,
yeah.
unfairly.
I cried my eyes out at that movie. I loved everything it was trying to do. I loved the practical effects. I loved the family. That movie
It's a terrific,
really worked for me.
It's a terrific movie, and I may draft it some other time.
As an A24 movie?
If something like that were to happen.
Anyway.
Raph.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take something from fuck. Am I? I think I want to take something from the year that I think is the strongest year. And like to me, this is definitely a top 5, top 3 kind of movie. I don't know that I'm necessarily like blocking anyone else from taking this movie, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it because it's one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years, and I'm going to take Uncut Gems from 2019.
Yeah.
That does not bother me at all.
Yeah, I didn't think that it would actually bother any of you guys, but
I still haven't seen it. I know I should, but everyone says it's stressful, and like I don't know. When are you in the mood to sit down and watch a stressful movie?
I rewatched that movie like 3 times, which
I know. Me too. It's stressful, but I love it.
I'm sick in the head.
I haven't actually finished that one. I do need to finish it. It was so stressful halfway through. At the time I was watching it, I was like, I just need a break from this. But I mean, I love Marty Supreme so much. It was an easy pick for me to just take Marty Supreme and let Uncut Gems go to someone else.
Yeah, if I didn't get Parasite in 2019, that would have been my next pick for that year.
You get another pick, Raf.
Yeah.
I think for the second one, I'm going to kind of go with a similar approach. So I think that this is probably, I think there are 2 years in this decade that stand out above the rest. And I think those years are 2019 and 2017. And I don't want to lose out on any of the other 2017 movies because only one has been taken so far. And I don't know that the others that I have on my big board are at risk to be taken as much as this one. But I do think that this one is probably a little bit better, even though I might like the other 2 movies a little bit more. I'm going to take The Florida Project from 2017 with my next pick.
Valid.
Yeah.
I was going to take Anora if somebody else took The Substance. So Sean Baker is a popular guy.
Yeah, we've got a few repeat directors already.
Well, I was telling Raph the other day, I just watched some of Sean Baker's earlier work. I watched his movie Starlet. Incredible. I think Sean Baker is one of the best directors. And I don't even know if Nora is like Nora's in his top 5, but it's like maybe the 3rd or 4th best film from him in my mind. But yeah, Florida Project is Sean Baker's best film in my opinion. So that was actually at the top of my 2017 board, but I have another film that I actually technically like better that I'm gonna probably be fine with taking. Val, what is your next pick?
All right. I kind of like where Raf was going with this. I'm going to kind of continue and pick a pick that I do think is like deserves to be one of my top spots. Like it's definitely, in my opinion, one of the better movies on my list, probably one of the best. So I'm going to go with 2016 Martin Scorsese's Silence.
Nice.
Didn't have that on my board, but that is just a really good movie.
That was on my big board.
It was on my radar of movies that might be picked. I haven't seen Silence.
You really should watch it.
Maybe I'll pop it. I have it on DVD. I have a big stack of DVDs from thrift stores that I have to watch.
I'm telling you, you should watch it. You would really enjoy it.
Every great movie that's been greatly reviewed, I just pick it up for $1 at a thrift store, and I eventually get around to watching it. But I have not seen it yet. So, but yeah, that was on my radar. That's really highly regarded. Very cool. And now it's back to me. And again, I'm trying to figure out what Tyler might do, and outmaneuver that.
Tyler, you're in his head.
I don't know though.
He's gotten 2 of the picks I wanted, so he's in my head if anything.
I don't know if there's really though. I don't really know if there's anything left for me to really. I don't have any good beat on anything left that Tyler's just clamoring for that I really, really want. So I may just go and just let Tyler have what he wants. The problem is I'm looking at 2018 guys, and there are two movies in
It's a tough one.
2018. There are two movies in 2018 that I absolutely adore, and I just don't know which one to take. Because obviously, whichever one I take, I can't get the other. So, um, honestly, if we were having a decade, if we didn't have this extra wrinkle, they might have both ended up on my 10. So, I think I'm going to take Spike Lee's Black Klansman.
I knew that's what you were taking.
All right.
I absolutely love Black Klansman. It's just like the perfect tonal balance of dark comedy and thriller and meditation on issues. It's very solid.
All right. Well, I have 2 picks now, so let me see here. Oh man. Let's see here. Man, this is hard. This is you get to this point because you don't know what other years you're gonna get allowed when it comes back around to you.
Mhm.
All right. Gosh, I could just like sit here for an hour, just go back and forth. All right, I gotta go with my gut. I'm my thought is that my 2017 has been like kind of my eye because I have a few that I want, but one that kind of stands out a bit for me, and that's Phantom Thread. So I'm snagging it. It's gone. Phantom
Great
Thread
pick.
is, I think, just one of the best things that come out of 2017. Still a good year. I had a few animated picks in here too that I would have really been happy with, but after that, I'm gonna now move over to 2018 is a weird year. It's a tough one. It's not the best, but it has a few that I really like, and I'm gonna stick 2018. I'm gonna go something that's quite different from Phantom Thread, and I'm gonna take Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So I have an animated movie on my list, and it's one that I absolutely adore, and I know it's got a lot of fans behind it. So, what a double feature that would be: Phantom Thread and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But they are both gone.
Would be a crazy double feature.
Spider Verse
I'm into it.
was pretty high on my list for 2018 as well.
Yeah, you could have like Reynolds Woodcock meets Miles Morales, and they have like a whole thing. He makes him a suit. I don't know. There's something there.
He would not appreciate all the commotion that the Spider-Mans make in the morning, though.
Oh no, but Vicky Creeps would like welcome it. She would like love the commotion. She would want to like swing around with them. which would like infuriate Reynolds. So I think it would work.
That I adore that movie. That movie is so good.
It's fantastic. I just saw it for the first time last year before One Battle because I wanted to be fully caught up on my PTA filmography, and I loved it. It's incredible. I wanted to like start it over immediately after I want to buy the shot of like them dancing with the balloons on the dance floor. I just want to like frame that. It's incredible.
It's amazing.
I do love that shot. I saw that shot. I haven't seen the movie. This is really good advertising to see the movie. I tried to watch something else from PTA and was not as into it. And I didn't follow through on my PTA watch through.
Kiss me, my girl, before I'm sick.
What? This is interesting. Now, the right in the middle round. I think I need to take something from 2019. The question is, what do I want to take? Because this is the one place on my on my board where I haven't really filled it out enough, despite the fact that there's so many good potential options. I just need to see if I'm going with what I really think I'm going with here.
What year did you say was better than 2019? It was something absurd.
2022,
2022, which is absolutely true.
That is a ridiculous take, man. You can't be serious with that.
A ridiculously true take. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Tar, After Sun, Nope, Banshees of Inisherin. Dude, 2022 freaking rocks. Not to mention
No,
all the little gems like Vengeance, Cha Cha Real Smooth, Blockbuster Top Gun Maverick. I could go on and on, man.
no,
2022
there are a lot
freaking
of really cool
rules.
movies in 2022, but 2019 is like truly one of the most significant years in movie history.
Yeah, good luck. I can't find them.
I mean, Parasite winning Best Picture is like
Parasite's
one of the
great.
most.
That was a
Yeah,
big deal.
Parasite's
That
awesome.
was a
Yeah.
huge deal. You had
An overrated
Scorsese
Tarantino movie.
and Tarantino doing like really cool bombastic things as auteurs, late stage auteurs. You had people like Jordan Peele and Greta Gerwig proving with their second movies that they were like
No.
here to stay.
No. Us sucks. Us is
What?
terrible. Us
You
totally falls
serious?
apart. It's great. It's great at the beginning. It's great direction, but the story just falls apart, man.
Us has weak moments, but I think
Yeah.
saying it sucks is kind of an overstatement, personally.
Oh no, at the end, and I love Nope and Get Out. Us just falls apart by the end, man. It's a mess.
I'm more so thinking about like what 2019 meant for the movie industry. Like that is like one of the
Yeah.
most important years, and there are a lot of really strong movies, and there are a lot of really bad movies.
And that's cool. That's cool. We're not talking about important movies. We're talking about good movies. One of
2022
Tarantino makes-
has a lot of like pretty good movies, but 2019 has like solidified bangers, like certified bangers, like all-time historic great movies.
Tarantino makes a mid movie. Scorsese makes a lower tier Scorsese movie.
The Irishman is amazing. You're absurd.
Tier.
How much
So
of this
anyway,
is
Jacob.
for? How much of this is for the content? I don't know. I haven't seen The Irishman. I don't actually care. It could be great.
This fucking guy.
The confidence you
So-
have with it, though, is impressive.
Marriage
So
Story's
anyway,
good.
Jacob, is your pick your 2019 pick then?
I'm looking at 2019. I'm trying to make sure that I really get this, because the one that I was gonna take, I think, is actually 2020. So I can't take that.
I'm so stressed
2019,
out about
man.
2019. That's the year that I'm stressed out about. I should have just done it last round.
I haven't
but
said
I-
19. I haven't seen 1917. I want to see it. I'm sure that's really cool. It looks really cool to me, but I haven't seen it, so it's hard for me to pick it.
It's one of the most mid movies.
Really? Interesting.
Jesus. I don't think Raf will care, because I think he's got plenty. Wait, you already got your 2019 movie, didn't you, Raf?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
he got Uncut Gems.
I was about to pick another one just to piss you off, but you have another. You already have one of your good ones. So, let's see. Yeah, like First Cow is in actually 2019. Dang, dude, I'm literally sitting here looking at films from 2019 and like not wanting to pick any of them. That's literally how it is for me.
Well, do you have a 2020 movie? Why don't you take your 2019 movie that's really 2020?
hmm
I might do that, but I kind of want to get 2019 again because there's not a whole lot. But you know what? I'll just wait. I'll just go ahead and take a 2020 movie. Or no, I'll take a 2021 movie. The reality of it is I don't think I'm really competing with y'all anymore. I think my picks are going to be something y'all don't want. So I can kind of do whatever I want to. I think I know what Val wants in 2021. If I wanted to just be a dick and take
Don't
the
do
pick
that.
for the hell of it.
Please. I mean, I like my other
and it's a good-
2021 pick.
And it's a good movie, Val. It's a good movie. I remember liking it a lot, but I probably don't really want it on my team other than just to mess with you. I might go to 2023. The question is whether I want to get something that will upset maybe somebody, or if I just want to take what I want. I think I'll just take what I want. I'm gonna do the holdovers.
Oh, okay, good pick.
That's my favorite movie from 2023.
All right. Well, this round showed me that I definitely need to just get 2019 out of the way so I can stop sweating. So I am going to take Ari Aster's Midsommar and stop stressing out about 2019.
I did think about that though,
Thank you for not
slightly.
doing it. Because I have a lot of movies I like that year, but not a lot of them that I'm like, this is a movie I've returned to and been like, this movie means something to
the
me in the cinema verse. So
The
yeah,
problem for me is I haven't watched Midsummer again to really tell, but I feel like the first half of it's a masterpiece, and then I also feel like it falls apart.
I don't
But I
agree
feel
with
that way
that.
about most Ari Aster movies up until Eddington.
I
So
actually
Oh,
think
see, Eddington is the one that falls apart.
I have opinions about Eddington. I think that it's like a really good hour and a half movie in like 2 hours of like mess. And if Ari Aster had like a good editor, like somebody who could sit in the room with him like George Lucas needed in episode 4 and be like, dude, you should cut this, and this, it would have been a really good
I
movie.
think we can
But
all agree that Ari Aster should get an editor.
yes,
Some
like
Someone should
Eddington is
help him.
way too long. Holy shit.
Speaking of long movies, I'm going to take something that I believe is one of the most spectacular pieces of cinema of the last 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And for me, it's very, very, very high on my big board. But I've saved it for this late because I didn't think that it would be in competition for picks with you guys. But I'm just going to go ahead and take it because I'm a Marty guy. I love my boy
I
through and through. And Killers of the Flower Moon is one of the most
That's fair.
spectacular things put to cinema in the last 10 years.
Yep,
I really could have
valid.
messed you up, Raph. I knew you were going to go for this, so I should have. If I really just
That,
was annoyed at you taking down my 2022 take, then I could have just absolutely swept this up. Um,
yeah. Well,
and
don't have bad takes next time.
you know, also Killers of the Flower Moon is a good movie. It's a very good movie, but it didn't fully come together for me the way I hoped. And I was a big proponent of this movie. Like I was excited about this movie for like 3 years. So it's not for lack of interest. I, I like it. I like it a lot, but I just didn't feel it disappointed me a little. And maybe that's because of the hype that was in my own mind. But it's a good pick.
Perhaps. I mean, yeah, it's among the best things that he's ever made. It totally hits. It totally lands the plane. It hits the point home for me. And I think it should for everyone. It's a remarkable film. Okay, this back half of the draft is where things really start to get tricky. Because now we're looking at years that are like, what's going on over here? 2021. What do you got for me? What are we looking at? You know what? I'm gonna go to 2021. I don't know that this is a movie again that's in competition for you guys, but I think is one of the more spectacular films made over the last decade. And this is one of my favorite filmmakers. And it's the only film of his that I'm going to be able to take because Tyler took Phantom Thread and I took a movie
Oh,
from last year. So I'm taking Licorice Pizza because
okay.
Alana Haim is a movie star.
Whew. I just rewatched the drama with my father. Watched it for the first time with me, and man, she is so detestable in the drama. Um,
She's crazy in that one.
uh, doing yeah, I enjoyed Licorice Pizza. Okay, it didn't really it didn't do a whole lot for me. Um, But
It
not a
was
bad
that was
pick.
kind of the intro to Cooper Hoffman, though, right? Like he was really good in that. I liked him alongside Alana.
That's really not where I thought you were going either, Raph. I thought you were you kind of set that up in a way I thought you were going with someone else. So, but there
Oh,
are
Yeah, me as
other
well.
options for that director. So
there are other options for that year that fall into the setup that I was
Yeah.
doing. Yeah. That's funny.
Val, it's back to
All
you.
right. I'm tempted to get 2021 out of the way since Jacob knows what I'm going to pick, and he's threatening me, holding it over my head, saying he's going to take it from me just because. And
I
that's
promise to
mean.
take it from you if you don't choose it here. This is like a trade. This is like a trade situation.
But you don't even like it that much. Like, why would you do this?
It
Pick
depends on what
something
you
you
pick.
like
If you pick
more.
something that I want, then I'm going to take it. And if you don't, then I'll then I'll let it be.
Oh God. All right. You know, yeah, I am gonna go with what I'm obviously gonna pick for 2021, which is Ryusuke Hamaguchi's Drive My Car, which I think is not only the best film of 2021, but frankly one of the best movies I've seen, period, in the last 10 years. I think it was one of the first films I had seen with a truly multilingual cast that does something very unique in its storyline, and it is so engaging throughout. Like, I haven't seen it in probably over a year, but I can still remember it like with a lot of clarity. It's a really, really good film.
Yeah, I remember
And I
really.
know that Brian Loomis will at least vote for me if I include
Look,
this.
you know,
Maybe nobody
it's a
else.
good movie, and I remember watching it in our local art house theater, and I really enjoyed it despite the length. It's hard for me to remember much about it since then. Something about Uncle Vanya, and he's driving a car around, and there's a girl. I can't remember exactly what happens in it, so I can't really
Those
vote.
are some names that are in the movie
I
and
can't
some
really
things that
I
are in
can't
the
really
movie.
you know. So
It,
congratulations, Val, on getting your pick. Was that on
Don't
anyone else's
John and
board?
Paul show up at some point and they're all like, "Baby, you can drive my car."
no.
They're just in the back seat.
Have y'all seen Drive My Car? Everybody?
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
I never finished it. I need to.
It's good.
The guy in front of
Okay.
me when I saw it in theaters. Sorry, quick tangent. Guy in front of me when I saw it in theaters got up and left when it cut to when like he walks into his wife cheating on him. The guy was just like, "Nah," just left. Maybe it was too real for him. I don't know.
Aw,
I
hope
don't know,
that guy's
but
okay.
I always think about that when I think of that movie. I'm like, oh man, that guy couldn't handle it.
Dang.
All right. I think I'm going to. I don't honestly. Looking back, I don't know why I didn't take this last pick. I'm just gonna go ahead and do 2022 and pick Tar. Um,
Valid.
I
This was
think
the
I just
only bit of homework I did for this list, and I almost took it because it's incredible.
The last 5 minutes of
really
that movie are some of the most like amazing shit I've ever seen.
We are all part of
terrific.
Tar Nation.
Yeah.
Part of the part of the best year in film of the decade. Um, so there's plenty of other options on the board um, for the rest of you. So you know,
Good pick. All right. This is tough getting the two picks. It's like the strategy behind that is a lot harder. 2021 is a tough year for me, and I still think that my pick is something that I don't think will get picked. I'm just not sure because if it does, then I'd be like, oh man, this is tough. But I'm actually going to start with my 2024 pick because Jacob stole my beloved Challengers. I will go with my second favorite movie of the year, which is Dune Part 2. Get that one out of there because I do love that very much, and it is just like one of the best spectacle movies I've seen in the last couple of years. I just left that theater like still vibrating. So
it's
loved
gonna
it.
play well with the
This is where it gets
screeners.
hard. There you go. Phenomenal.
Screeners love Dune
Because I almost did Dune 1 in 2021, and then I was like, I think I have some other picks that I'd rather do for that. So, gosh, this is hard. I think I'm gonna get 2020. See, I don't think anyone picked that either. All right, I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm going 2021. Mike Mills, come on, come on. I don't know if that was on anybody else's board, but Mike Mills is like one of my favorite directors. This movie is just like just feel good, warm, just ray of sunshine kind of movie. So if you haven't seen it, would recommend. Joaquin Phoenix, phenomenal in it. Probably my favorite film of that year. But even though it might not have been a popular pick, I want it on my board.
We're getting to
Valid.
that point of the draft. I mean, it's very highly rated. I have not seen Come On, Come On, and I feel like a whole lot of people haven't seen Come On, Come On. But those who have seem to really like it. So another A24, probably like the best rated A24 movie that no one knows about. That and
Yeah, it was really good. It should
The
have
Last
gotten
Black Man in
nominations
San
for.
Francisco.
I haven't seen that one either.
I know Raf says it's good.
It is.
All right, that's my 2.
I have 4 years left. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm trying to decide which 2021 movie to do. The Best Picture winner from 2021, I think, is very good, and I'm a defender of. But there's another movie on there that I quite like. I could double up on Denis Villeneuve. I think I'm going to take in 2021. I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to grab The Green Knight.
Yeah.
Solid.
2021 is a weird year.
It's a very strange year.
There's a lot of solid stuff, kind of like 2022, but nothing outstanding.
Except in addition to solid stuff, 2022 has some great stuff, which is the difference.
We should have a separate poll on the post with the voting for who won the draft with what's the better movie year, and we can have people decide.
Oh, that would be interesting.
We just need a whole bonus episode of just me and Raph going at it, fully going at it, comparing notes on these movies.
Embrace debate.
And I know I'm coming from a position of where a lot of people say 2019. I understand that. So, anyway.
All right. I am struggling a lot with 2018 of whether to pick the movie I know is probably the better film or the one that I just like more. And I'm not really sure how to handle that. And I've got a couple of years where it's like that. I'm like, I know this is technically the better film. So instead of dealing with that now, I'm going to kick that can for another turn and go with my 2020 pick, which was very easy for me. I think it is a perfect film, but I don't think it's going to be on anyone else's list. And that movie is the 2020 horror film by director Remy Weeks, His House.
That's a cool movie.
I haven't thought about that one in a while. That is a good one.
It
I've heard
features
that
an
it's
incredible Wumi Masako performance, now well known for Sinners. But honestly, in revisiting it, I'm like, this is kind of a perfect film. Like, it's really, every part of it is so well executed that it's just kind of an easy pick for me.
That's a sweet pick.
It's going to be interesting to see how our specific flavors here at the bottom of the list influence the vote versus the heavy hitters at the top. There's still some heavy hitters in 2023. I'm surprised people are just. I guess there's enough options on the board that people don't care.
I have like 4 written down. I don't know which one to go with yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Things are pretty hard right now. It's difficult to figure out which years we want to see, what feels like the best. I also want to have I want to have a I don't want to say diverse team. I want to have a dynamic team. I want to have a team that can beat you in a lot of different ways, you know? We want to be able to go small ball. We want to be able to, beat you with a lot of points on the board. So I think what I'm fuck, no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm going to do? Okay, this is going to feel really weird. So 2018, I think is not that strong. There are a couple of movies that I really like in 2018, but I also think that there's a lot of overlap with some other movies that I have. So again, in trying to build this dynamic team that can beat you in a lot of different ways, for 2018, I'm going to go with Mission Impossible Fallout.
It's a
Hell
really
yeah.
good movie.
Get some
Really?
action on. There has not been like many action movies picked for this. So
Yeah, I have
call.
Sinners, but like I love Tom
More horror
Cruise.
than action, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. And then for my next pick, I have a question for you guys. And you can veto this pick if we decide that it doesn't actually fall into this year, but it's one of those movies where it's listed as 1 year in some places and another year in other places, mostly on like when it premieres at festivals versus when it gets a wider release. For 2024, because it got its wider release then, can I take Perfect Days?
I
The Wim Wenders
think
film.
I'm fine with allowing it if everybody else is.
I had Perfect Days on my list, but I had it for 2023. So, I mean, I guess that's fine. I have other films, so I will.
Yeah,
I think it's
I love
fine.
that movie. I won't pick it. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. I just wasn't sure how we were going to have it shake out
Mhm.
with the
I'm glad we
years.
haven't run into that too much because it is there wasn't a strong rule on that.
Yeah, and
thank you
Letterboxd
everyone
says
for
it's all over the place on it. So
yeah. Thank you everyone
I
for being
think
so accommodating.
I think Letterboxd has it officially as 2023, but I'm pretty sure that was its festival premiere and it didn't actually release in theaters to audiences until 24.
That would make sense for a movie
Yes.
that's smaller like that.
Kind of like, I mean, I don't know that anyone's going to pick it, but like Sound of Metal is listed as 2019, but like in my mind, that's a 2020 movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was apparently limited and wide release in 2020. I guess it appeared at some festival in 19, but yeah.
Premiered at TIFF in 2019. But
Okay. Val?
Oh yeah, it's my
Yeah.
okay. So I've been really struggling with 2023 because I have a few movies in that year that I really, really like. But I am just gonna follow my heart and what I think is probably the best film I watched of 2023, and I am gonna go with Anatomy of a Fall.
Very cool
nice.
pick.
Yeah.
That's a tough year.
It's a lot of-
Insane that there are 2 movies picked from that year,
3
and
movies
neither
have
are
been.
those movies.
Oh yeah, well, 3 movies have been picked from 2023 that are not the Best Picture winner.
Oh yeah, you took the Holdovers.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we psychos?
Maybe. I was looking
there-
at what one.
It's
Oh,
on my list. I'm not sure I'm gonna pick it, but
One of those movies isn't going to be picked. Perhaps both of them.
yeah. I like genuinely didn't even think of either of those movies. Oops.
there's literally 3 huge Best Picture or 3 big Oscars movies from that year that are available, and only one left because Flower Moon, Holdovers, and Anatomy of a Fall have been taken.
That's
So
a good year. That's a strong year.
That was a
it
good
is a strong year. It's a strong year at the top for sure. For sure. Okay.
There's another Oscars movie that I didn't think any of us would take, but is really good.
Hmm. All right, Jacob.
8th pick, and I have 2017, 2019, and 2020 left. I think with 2020 is there's a movie that I know is very beloved by screenagers, and it's an awesome movie, and it's a terrific movie, and it makes a lot of sense to pick it. And then there's the movie that I personally go to bat for.
Follow
And
your
I
heart. I
decide
did his house.
I'm probably going to follow my heart. But I might have to go back to 2019 again and make y'all annoyed as I continue to try and figure out what the hell to take from 2019. I think what I'm going to do to take from 2019 just to get it over with, because I really don't think if I go with my heart, y'all aren't taking either of my last two picks.
But we all know what you would go with your heart for 2020. So maybe someone will sabotage you.
Maybe, but then I would just turn around and take the other thing, which is fine. For 2019, just because I don't know what the other person is. Oh, hold on a second. I would be stupid to take 2019 because y'all have all picked. Y'all have all picked Parasite, Uncut Gems, and Midsummer. So, screw that. So the question is whether I want to take. I have two on my heart that no one's gonna take. I don't think. I don't think y'all would even take these to spite me, just because y'all are not fans of these movies. I would kind of laugh if you took it to spite me, honestly. I'm just gonna go ahead and get one that I love. Um, I'll go ahead and take Three Billboards.
I had a feeling you would take that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
What year is that?
2017.
That's 29. Oh, 17.
Legitimately, just one of my favorite movies. Period. It's my favorite Martin McDonagh film. Um, and it was very, Frances McDormand won Best Actress that year. Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell nominated for Supporting Actor. Sam Rockwell won Supporting Actor. Very, very big year for it at the Oscars. Um, absolutely love Three Billboards. So I'm happy with taking it off, even though none of y'all were gonna steal it away from me.
I think we all got our 2017 picks anyway.
Did you?
Mhm.
There's someone else that hasn't gotten one, I think.
No, I don't think so.
No, we all have them.
What do you
They
have
all
for
got Get Out.
27?
Get Out,
got Get
Phantom
Out.
Thread, and
Oh, Phantom Thread. I
What
didn't
was
know
the
it was
other one?
Phantom Thread. That's my problem. Okay,
All right,
cool.
Tyler, you get two.
All right. This is so I know what years I'm going for. I'm just kind of working on which ones. So I'm trying to also, as you said, Raf, get a dynamic list. So in 2025, while I could go Best Picture, keep the PTA train rolling, I don't have a lot in my list that represents a darker side all too much. So Parasite and Phantom Thread a little bit, but something even on the horror end. So for 2025, I'm gonna go with one of my favorites. I'm taking Weapons from
Nice.
that year.
That's a really good pick.
Aid!
I'm sorry. I needed some horror in there. I originally was thinking I was gonna do maybe
Why did you
Barbarian
wait so
2022, but
long?
Because I have other picks that I love for 2025, but
Okay.
Weapons was what I was gonna pick, but it's okay.
it's a good year. There's some other picks in there, but yeah, I do want. I also love Zach Kreger. Maybe want to have him represented a little bit too. So we got some horror on the board. I'm gonna leave 2020 for the final pick. So for 2023, this is where I'm struggling. Do I go with the head or the heart here? Do I go with like my favorite movie of the year that had a real big emotional impact? Do I go with I don't have a lot of comedy on my list. Do I go to kind of diversify on that end with another movie I love? Ugh, this is hard. Screw it. I'm taking The Iron Claw, 2023.
Nice.
My favorite movie of that year. Phenomenal performances, just like some really great filmmaking. Sean Durkin gets in there real deep. Love it. So
Terrific
that's
movie.
No
2023 for me.
Barbenheimer.
Absolutely wild.
I again thought about it. Not my favorites of the full year. So
No Barbenheimer, no Poor Things.
No Zone of Interest.
It's okay.
Yeah, Zone of Interest would have been like
Or is that
a few
24?
of us.
Oh, Zone of Interest is 24. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Very interesting. Back to me. Okay, and this is my second to last pick here.
What are your 2 years left?
2019 and 2020. And no one can still, I can have whatever I want in 2019 because y'all are done. And I can have whatever I want in 2020 because nothing's off the board. So I was hoping that maybe it would narrow it down. I was hoping someone would claim the one that makes a lot of sense to take, so I just had an excuse to not take it and take what I wanted. And the question now is, do I want to? I have 2 spots left. I got to look at my list. I like my list a lot. Do I want to take the other one that I love and just hope people get over it and support it, or do I want to take the one that is a little bit more? Because I could keep it off of y'all's list too, and that's the thing. And I can just because I could just put it on my list, and then I can just tell people afterward, hey, I actually love this other film from 2020 more, but I wanted this on my list. And I already have 3 billboards, which is already kind of divisive. So it's like, do I want to double up on kind of divisive films that I love?
How many bad movies do you want on your list?
I'm gonna keep it at 0, just like it is now, no matter what I do. But because some people like Raf will think that these are bad movies, I am going to leave the one that I love off my list and choose the other one that I also love, but just not as personally. I'm going to take Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
That's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
And that's why everyone says it's a great movie, and then I get points.
Oh, that's 2020? I had that as 19.
It's 2020. It released like limited and wide. It probably showed up at a festival in 2019, but it's like Perfect Days.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Mm.
All right. So I am going to follow the same exact train of thought actually as Jacob with my 2018 pick, which I've been mulling over because I have a movie that I love, but then there's a movie that I also love but has much more broad appeal. And so I am going to go with Alex Garland's Annihilation. I'm kind of surprised this one was still available because it absolutely rules. And the only reason I didn't pick it sooner is because I almost went with Boots Riley's Sorry to Bother You. So, but I am going to go with Annihilation.
I just rewatched that this year. The score in that is incredible.
It's so
behind
good.
all just like the mesmerizing visuals. The flower when they turn into flowers in the garden is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
what year is that?
That is 2018.
Okay, nice. That movie rocks.
So that was released February 2018. And Raf, you get 2 picks.
Okay, nice. 9th and 10th round. Okay,
picks.
so I'm gonna go with the easy one first, which is my 2022 pick, which is my favorite movie from that year. It doesn't matter. Val took the number 1 movie on my big board, which was Get Out. But the more that I've sat with this movie, I don't think it's as good as Get Out, but I think that it's like one of the most incredible things ever, and just gets like so much better with each rewatch. For 2022, I'm taking Nope.
Yeah, Nope is great.
Which brings me to my last pick.
Wait, 1 second, Raf. 1 second. I just want to say, Nope is an incredible movie. And it's amazing how it felt to you because there were 3 other great picks before that, so.
From 2022.
Yeah.
That was my top movie of 2022, so that was kind of an easy pick. Okay, so this brings me to 2020, which is such a tough, interesting, difficult year to think about. I've been looking at a lot of the picks that are available. There's a lot that's like kind of meh. There are a few movies that I am pretty high on, and I'm going to talk you guys through all of the calculus that I'm doing here, right? I told you I'm trying to build a dynamic team. I'm trying to build a team that has a lot of my favorite directors. I have nothing from Denis Villeneuve, which is like pretty upsetting for me. I have nothing from some other heavy hitters, but I have Peele, I have PTA, I have Marty. Another one of my favorite directors of all time is Spike Lee, and he has a movie that came out in 2020. But then I'm looking at my list and I'm like, is that too many black movies? Like,
If they're good, they're good.
They're amazing movies, and I am what I am. I am a black guy, so like, it makes sense that I like these movies. But then there's another movie from 2020 that like I really like, and I think that might be the more conventional safe pick, but it's the last pick, right? So, what's the point? I'm between Minari and The Five Bloods, but I think The Five Bloods is something that I revisit more and get more enjoyment out of. As much as Minari, I think that that's an amazing movie. I think it's in the canon. I can't wait to rewatch it for that episode. But I just like The Five Bloods like means so much to me personally. They shot it at the hotel that I stayed at with my dad when we went back to Vietnam for like his we went back to visit for like the 40th anniversary of his tour, and like seeing those guys in that same hotel that I was at with my dad. And there's like a father-son thing in that movie too. I got to take that one with my last pick.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Sure,
a great
yeah,
last
it's got the
pick.
personal connection. Sure.
Oh man. Okay, so Tyler actually made my last pick easier because I was kind of considering picking weapons. But now I'm going to make Jacob very angry because I am going to pick Eva Victor's Sorry Baby as my 2025 pick, because it is a film that like left me absolutely stunned when I watched it. I think it is a film that only gets better when I rewatch it. I think Eva Victor is an absolutely incredible writer and actor, and I'm looking forward to like anything they do next. It is a really, really good film.
Do you think
Awesome
I
pick.
just like hate Sorry Baby or something?
No, I thought the opposite, because at one point you told me Sorry Baby was your favorite movie of
It was
2025.
it was very good, but I picked Marty Supreme a long, long time ago, so I
Oh,
was
I forgot about that.
not in the
I was
race for
remembering
Sorry
like
Baby.
longer ago when we were having like pole position conversations, like back in like 2025, where you were like,
Yeah,
"This is my favorite movie."
Sorry Baby deserved a lot more attention than it ultimately got. Also, I think we can now say, I think Sing Sing is off the board for people. Another A24 film that was really wonderful and got buried a little bit. Surprised maybe not to see Life of Chuck pop up. Uh,
Good.
anyway,
Not great.
anyway,
I like Life of Chuck, but I mean, like, I
it's
like other
Ramona
movies
that
more.
it's Ramona that loves Life of Chuck. Okay, so um, interesting. Raf, did you? I'm sorry, I spaced out for a second. Did you pick Minari or
No,
Defy
DFI
You
Blood?
did
Bloods.
Defy Bloods.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That's what I thought you picked. And then I heard the thing about you said something about the father, and I was like, oh, wait, it could be. Okay, so it's come down to 2020, not 2020, 2019 for me. And it's fun.
Wow.
It's fun because
Was this out of spite? Like,
it's fun because now that we're on the last pick, we can fully just absolutely go all the way into like what our thoughts are. So, you know, by the way, one battle after another, not taken in the decade Oscars draft.
almost.
Jojo Rabbit's a decent movie. The Lighthouse
Ugh.
is pretty. The Lighthouse is pretty good. It's not
I was
Edgar's best
surprised nobody
movie.
grabbed The Lighthouse. soon.
Lighthouse
No
is way better
Eggers
than
at
Jojo
all. Did
Rabbit.
anyone take any Eggers movies?
I don't love Jojo Rabbit. I don't really care about it. But The Lighthouse was the one I was thinking about pissing Raph off, and I remembered he already had Uncut Gems. Marriage Story is good. I really like Marriage Story. It would be a solid pick, but it's not that fun.
There's
What if
another
I-
really solid pick from 2019 that none of us have mentioned.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm wondering what you're thinking of, because I have one on my board here too.
I'm wondering what. Well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I don't find that strong.
I don't like that one that much.
No, I'm thinking of something else. And a director who I think should be represented on one of these lists and probably is not as of right now.
That's quite interesting. I'm gonna keep talking through my, like I said, 1917. I wish I had seen it, but I haven't seen it. I could. What
I
if I
think it's a
went
good
wild?
movie. It's
I
not
like
a great
1917 a lot.
movie.
What if I went wild and did Avengers Endgame? What do you think that would? What do you
I'd
think
judge
that
you a
would
Going the
little bit.
populist pick, you know.
I wouldn't hate it that much.
It's a strategic pick.
Detective Pikachu. I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about taking a real crowd pleaser that is also a really good movie. Maybe not really Best Picture worthy. I don't know what I maybe I'm overlooking something because I'm just looking down this list of. If you're thinking about the film that I'm thinking about, Raph, for 2019, are you thinking about Little Women?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean Little Women
That's
is
a
like
good
a very
movie.
Little Women's a very obvious choice
It's a
to
good
go
one.
with.
It's a really good
It
movie.
would be a really good grab for me. I don't know if Tyler wants it or not.
I'm
Or no,
good.
Tyler's
My
already
2020 is the last one I have to do.
Yeah, so I'm not taking anything away from anybody. So Little Women would round out my list. I might be crazy ignoring Little Women to take something that's just a total under the radar crowd pleaser, but I might do it just to do it.
There's another really good option that I just remembered too.
I don't think anyone will judge me if I put this crowd pleasing movie that is quite good, even if it's not really in the best picture normally in that sensibility. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it just for fun because I don't think it will matter that much. I'm gonna do Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh wow, good movie, but not at all
That's
where I
not
thought
what
you
I
were
was thinking.
going.
Just a delightful movie.
It's a great one. There's another
really
great
going-
Shia LaBeouf movie in 2019 that I was thinking about as well.
Honey Boy.
Honey
Yeah.
Boy is a great one. I like
Honey
that
Boy
one.
is
But Raph,
quite a
what was
good
the other
movie.
one you were thinking of?
I liked Honey Boy. The other one I was thinking of is Knives Out.
Yeah, that's the one I was. The
Yeah.
crowd
I did
pleaser,
consider Knives
the
Out
popular,
as well.
Yeah,
Love
That would have been
that would be a
smart pick.
really good 10th pick, honestly.
If I hadn't gotten Parasite or Uncut Gems, it would have been between that and The Irishman. And I might have gotten Knives Out.
You were so smart to get Parasite early because, like, that was obviously, I think that was one that a lot of us were going for. I certainly would have gone for that one early.
I thought about that late too. I was like, I should maybe do Parasite. So, yeah, because I didn't even think about everyone else. I was kind of just like, what's a good one to start with? So, all right. I have the final pick here. All right. My board is open for 2020. None of my picks have been selected. But granted, there's not like any of the movies that I'm like, I need to have this. So in an effort to diversify a bit more, have we picked any documentaries?
No.
Not a one? All right, I'm doing it. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. I'm going to take the 2020 film Dick Johnson is Dead.
Okay.
Which is
I've heard that's
Kristen
awesome.
Johnson's kind of just recollection on her father as he's losing his memory, and it's just kind of like going over what would life be like if he was dead. So it's this like kind of dark comic aspect to it. Some incredibly sweet moments. They hold a funeral for him while he is still alive, and it's both like very funny and very beautiful at the same time. Strong recommendation. It's a great one, but I'm glad I have a documentary on my board here just to kind of round things out a bit more. And I almost picked. It was between that and it was between I'm Thinking of Ending Things because I'm a big.
That
Kelly
was
Kaplan
also
fan.
on my list.
It's a great 2020 movie that kind of got buried in streaming and didn't feel like it got the attention it deserved. And Sound of Metal, we talked about it a bit too, is I think fantastic. Riz Ahmed is killer. So those would have been my other ones. But
Dick Johnson is dead, not to be confused with the terrific Daniel Scheinert film, The Death of Dick Long.
Death of Dick, that great title, man. That's just oof. You don't get rid of that.
Dick Johnson, good name. One of those rare names. Two penis names.
Exactly.
Guys,
One of those rare
crazy
ones.
idea. Crazy idea. We finished the draft. We've got all 10 of our picks, and I had a crazy idea too late. I don't know that we can. Should we do one and snake one from Tyler back down to Raf with the full selection of the main open?
You want to pick for any year?
Yeah.
Oh.
But should we, as a round, or should we do another random generator for the order?
I don't know. Is it good to have one for a year? And
We go through some of the other things that were on our boards.
That's fine. It was a idea in my head. As
I'm going to take a switch,
but not that much in the first. It'd be a very risky. I mean, also people haven't had a great chance to see him yet. So, all right, let's go back to the draft. We'll talk about Wells on board.
So I'll just go by 2016. I did pick Rival or Light. I was thinking about Sing Street, a John Carney movie that's very near and dear to my heart, and also The Nice Guys, Shane Black. Comedy with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. One of the funniest movies of the last decade. 2017, I almost picked Coco. One of my favorite Pixar's, gets me every time. Beautiful movie, love it. I also almost did Dunkirk and Good Time because I just rewatched Dunkirk and I love it. But Good Time is good to have a Safdie brothers in there because we have the three that are represented. 2018 was a tough one. If I didn't get into the Spider-Verse, I would have done Hereditary. Just because I good to have Samari Aster in there. My heart pick would have been Game Night, which is one of my other favorite comedies of the past 10 years. 2019, we kind of discussed Knives Out would have definitely been my pick. I just did 2020. 2021, I might have picked Dune if I didn't get Dune Part 2. Also, the Stephen Graham movie Boiling Point, which is where he is a chef in the kitchen, and it's like all one shot as he goes through this crazy night in the kitchen. Fantastic. 2022, so glad I watched Tar. I would have picked that if I maybe didn't get After Sun. I'm also a huge fan of Banshees of Inisherin. I would have maybe picked RRR, the Roger Mooley film from that year, because it's just a goddamn riot. I love it. Or Barbarian, but I have Weapons, so I was okay with having that. 23, I almost picked Bottoms. That was the comedy that I almost got in there just because I do love having that comedy, and that is another just amazing comedy. 24, I would have picked Challengers. That would have been it, but we moved past. And then 25, Marty Supreme would have been my top pick as well, but Weapons is one of my favorites from that year to represent my horror. So, yeah, I'm happy. I didn't have any, I think 2024 and 2025 were my tough ones because Jacob took both of my top picks, but I'm happy with my board. So we move on.
I'm very happy to have sniped those two picks from you. 2016 went almost exactly kind of like I thought it would. I anticipated getting Arrival first, unless obviously once I need the draft order this morning, and I was going to have second pick, I was like, I'm going to get Arrival unless Tyler takes Arrival first. So after that, on my board, I was like, Moonlight, La La Land are probably going to go off. I had Blade Runner 2049. I didn't know if people would like that. Also, The Handmaiden, I thought might pop up.
Yeah.
2017, The Florida Project was actually my number one, just because so many people like it and it's less divisive. But since that was taken, I was able to go with my heart and do 3 billboards. 2018, I was deciding very hard between Black Klansman and The Favorite, and apparently no one else necessarily was in on the favorites. So that lost out of the list. 5-star movie for me. So shame that no one got to take it. 2019 we've talked ad nauseum about. 2020 I had my film that I would have gone with if I'd gone with my heart would have been Promising Young Woman, as everyone probably knows, which I think is absolutely terrific. But you don't win always picking your favorites. Sound of Metal, we just did a canon episode on that. Raf and I agree it's a great movie. Minari, we also agree is a great movie. 2021, I knew Val was going for Drive My Car the whole time. So I had Dune, The Green Knight, and Coda. Big defender of Coda, the actual Best Picture winner from the year. I think Coda would have been perfectly fine with having it on my team, but of course, people do. People are kind of critical of that win. So, 2022, everything's kind of been mentioned except for All Quiet on the Western Front. I think is absolutely incredible, and also Top Gun Maverick as a blockbuster pick potential. I think that movie continues to rock on rewatches. But 2022 is so deep. There was plenty of options there. Um, 2023, I think we've talked about those pretty much. 2024, again, I had Sing Sing and Nickel Boys. Um, I led the Nickel Boys charge here for a long time. And I had Anora. I mean, Anora's still a really great movie. Um, but without the Florida Project, I was like, I could take Challengers, which is um, definitely a tactical deal to a degree. And then One Battle is very good. Hamnet, I quite enjoyed, but I didn't think it would be very uh, competitive. So that's kind of what I had on my board. Val, is there anything left on yours?
Yeah, so 2016 was probably the year I had the most backups. I did have Arrival. I was kind of between that and Silence. So when you picked Arrival, I was like, well, I'm going with Silence. I also had for that year Train to Busan and
Oh,
Your Name, which was probably the only animated pick um on my list. For 2017, I was obviously, but I also had 2049, The Sheep of Water. That was what probably like I would first to that one. For 2018, I was in. I had a feeling that, particularly Sorry to Bother You, nobody else would really go for potentially. And 2019, I did want Parasite very badly, but I also had Midsommar and then possibly Just Mercy, which I didn't think anybody would pick, but was a movie that I found to be really good. Very good performance from Jamie Foxx.
I've spoken to Brian
And
Stevenson,
I know, and I think that is amazing because
but I still
I
haven't
read the
seen the
book before I
movie.
saw the movie. The movie's very well done. Obviously, Michael B. Jordan is incredible. For 2020, I had His House, but I had my backup, if that was picked, was I'm Thinking of Ending Things. For 2021, I did have Drive My Car, but my backup was actually Pig, which I also didn't think anybody else would
good
have,
one.
but it's an
Nice.
incredible film. Another one, I had Power of the Dog, but I didn't like that one as much as I liked Drive My Car and Pig, so that was probably not gonna, I wasn't gonna pick that one. Um, for 2022, Everything Everywhere All at Once and Banshees of Inisherin, also followed by Talk to Me. But I didn't want to have like too much horror on my list. 2023, I had Anatomy of a Fall. I also had Perfect Days. I had that one listed for 2023, though 2024 is probably fair. I also had Godzilla minus one, which was honestly kind of hard not to pick because that movie's awesome. For 2024, I did want The Substance. My only backup plan was Anora. I was really hoping to get The Substance. And then for 2025, I had Sinners, Weapons, and Sorry Baby. So those were my top three. But but yeah, that was my list.
Nice. I think you guys covered most of what was on my big board. For 2016, love the Handmaiden and Train to Busan shouts. Another one that I would maybe throw in there is Raw, and
Oh,
also
I
Shin
haven't seen
Godzilla.
it.
Both very fun movies, but I think like between Moonlight, Arrival, and La La Land, and then Silence, like those are 4 near perfect movies. So 2016 was a pretty good one. 2017 also pretty deep. Yeah, we shouted out Phantom Thread. Was good in there out, and Florida Project are like so near perfect. I had a board and I was about to throw Call Me Iron in there. For 2018, really I like enough people, but I want to get more. 2019 is in mind and Lighthouse. The Irish and out are easily been in like 5 as well as some really tough, and it's all perfect. And then when it comes to mine, we've there one much more war. I think I'm super in that movie. I think Side Story, another one that I think would have been a great pick. The Matrix, I thought was pretty good. Up with big board 22. That was great. Kid Blair, 20. I think that would be probably 24, but like most Rasu. Conclave, which is good. I slow. That was high on my board as well. I've been totally fighting that. And then most player. I think that there would have been much outside of Earl. Also, for personally, I would.
Love Beaver until next.
I'm on my Ooh. Really. No, don't watch it. Don't waste your time.
It's aight.
Well, that was a really good time, guys. I have to be honest. I have no idea who whose team is going to be considered the strongest coming out of this. I mean, everybody's got some heavy hitters. Everybody's got some more eclectic, like whose taste a little more underseen, a little more personal taste. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. You're just reading them for things. See how it's vote for me or one of these other 3 people. So thank you so much.
Last, gonna having I forgot. I think 3 best pickers. We got Parasite, Moonlight.
Parasite,
picked one battle.
Moonlight. Let's see what else.